This video is sponsored by Stumble Guys. Ooh, a ghost hiding in the shadows. And he's working with a group called Shadow Company. It's like they weren't even trying to hide that they were going to be the bad guy. Like we don't know what's going to happen anyway. Infinity Ward and Activision knew exactly what they were doing making Ghost the face of this game. I mean, it worked on me. Everyone loves Price, but you can't beat the little edgelord.
Ghost, you are danger close to the zone.
Since when the hell did Shepard ever care about danger close? Oh, we fly now. Sure beats the hell out of watching a cutscene do this for us. Always love when the time it takes for sound to travel is taken into account. It will always make an explosion feel more weighty, as if this one needed more.
Direct. Target destroyed.
And with this intro, Infinity Ward sets a tone for what type of campaign this is going to be. Comparing this to the intro of Modern Warfare 2019, I'm sure I don't need to spell it out for you how starkly different they are. And Modern Warfare 2 is more our bog standard COD campaign, focusing on the soldier story than trying to shed light and or commentary about what Modern Warfare is really like and the toll that extracts. Which I think is great. Modern Warfare 2 feels like a reaction to Modern Warfare 2019 and completely knows what it is now. An arcade spectacle shooter, and they lean into that more with the gameplay scenarios and story beats we find throughout. Always better to try and go all in on one thing than half-ass or be kneecap trying to do both. Especially when it comes to such touchy subject matter.
General Shepard.
Well, I know that look.
Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that. Why did they make Shepard look like every other high-ranking military official you see in every other piece of media? Oh, it's because he played that one guy in Transformers and Overlord and OG Modern Warfare 2. Would you look at that? But I think it's on purpose to look so generic compared to old Shepard. Well, 2009 Shepard is technically older. But to highlight more of a smarmy side of the military, that's all about being right than doing right.
Well, let's get him.
When?
What time is it now?
Sometimes the cliche dialogue is the best dialogue.
Let's get ourselves a win, Yao team.
Oh, he's so pretty!
Save your seat, sir.
Probably my favorite change was making Soap a sergeant and Ghost a superior. Our boy Ghost deserves it after what happened to him in 2009.
Ghost, we need to secure that crash site now.
First we clear First Sun. That takes the heat off Alpha. Then we secure the crash site.
That's why Ghost is LT. Can see the bigger picture. And also, Soap didn't have a whole campaign previously to level up, so he's a little underleveled right now. Little movements like these really show how much of a unit these men are. Doesn't even have to look and knows exactly where that hammer is. Speaking of movements, you better make sure that your movements are on point if you plan to win a match in Stumble Guys. Stumble Guys is a free-to-play multiplayer game for players of all ages. Players run, jump, and stumble through matches of 31 other players to qualify for the next round. Qualify for all 3 rounds and earn gems, XP, and a victory crown when you beat everyone. You can customize your Stumbler with various skins, earn free daily spins of the rewards wheel, and activate Stumble Pass rewards by earning stars by completing game rounds. Show off emotes or even use special ones to help give you an edge in the race. All while playing with a lobby full of friends from around the world in the fast-paced, fun-packed experience that is Stumble Guys. And right now, with the big football game around the corner, Stumble Guys is coming out with football-thematic emotes, footsteps, and stumblers like French Rex, USA Astronaut, and Argentinian Shark. Stumble Guys is a great pick-up-and-play game that you can play on the go or on your PC. Perfect for subway commutes or short bus rides to the store. So make sure you click the link in the description or pinned comment to get stumbling today. And don't forget to jump in the game on November 22nd for a little endgame surprise. Clearing a building will never get old. Something about the canted laser ADS makes everything feel more tactical. Aww, we get a little baby clean house in our sequel.
Ghost, we should fall back to the house.
Negative. We clear this position and push.
Ghost sounded like an apex predator. No, I meant that one. This might be the most weight we've ever had in a COD site, and it's about damn time. Have you ever shot a rifle with high-powered scope and realized how hard it actually is?
Yeah, hope Hassan's still in one piece.
Several pieces will do. Easier to find that way.
Ghost is really as edgy as he can be throughout.
Are you saying we shouldn't have helped? Choices have consequences.
Someone should have told Shepard that quite a while ago. Love that in these games, our boys always pick saving the comrades over target objective.
What the is this?
If you're paying attention, then it's shadow companies. It's like the FDA. If food can have some traces of insects, then why can't the military misplace some nukes? It's only fair, right? I mean, hell, even IRL, the world has misplaced about 30 nukes, so think about that while you go to bed tonight. Whoa, I really need to get out of the house. I never knew that existed, and it's so cool.
Hassan has been passing out our ballistic missiles like it's f***ing Halloween.
I just hope Hassan made AQ dress up for it as his one little condition.
Give my team 2 hours with those missiles, sir. I will know everybody who's ever breathed on them.
Negative. I want them destroyed.
There's two ways to experience Modern Warfare 2. Having and not have played the 2009 one. Both have their advantages. The former makes us giddy knowing that Shepard is an asshat and definitely has something to do with this, and the latter builds mystery on why he's being all sus. Ah, working in the dark again, I see. Not even when going on a wetsuit mission can Bryce part with his iconic bucket hat. If it wasn't for the goofy NPCs, I'd almost believe this is an actual photo from Amsterdam. AQ heard that people love their weed in Amsterdam and thought no one would give two short curlies about another sort of deal. Is it self-indulgent? Yeah, but that's what COD has always been about. And hey, it's a good line from Price.
Why do we know we'll talk?
I can be very persuasive.
Yes, mommy. A woman in charge does things to me. What? Really digging the visual callbacks to pre-mission briefs the OG trilogy had. You know COD is getting serious when we're starting missions with nothing but a pistol, making us feel like some run-of-the-mill police instead of some marine down by the Mexican border, even if we are special forces. If I'm not mistaken, this recreation of the border and what some of the surrounding towns look like are spot on, and are a treat to see for those who have been there. This mission has evolved beyond Clean House and has now become Clean Pueblo.
Step forward to me! I want to see empty hands above your head! I will shoot you if I have to!
Alright, Texas, calm down. You Shepard's cousin? Modern War really is just who sees who first. I mean, shit, even in the multiplayer, this is the case with how insanely fast the time to kill is there. Vargas very quickly became a favorite of mine going throughout. Thank you, Infinity Ward, for not killing him off like a certain Alex, who is apparently still alive, saving a Rodolfo too.
Alejandro! Sergeant McTavish! Call me Soap. Lieutenant!
If you weren't so used to it, I'd definitely be asking him, what the hell kind of name is Soap?
Last one says they call you Ghost.
Actually, I believe he prefers to
That'll do!
Yeah, if I wore a mask with a mask under it and put on face paint every day, I would expect my call sign too. Soap is cute though, trying to tell Vargas his real name, not knowing Ghost prefers being this little mystical figure. I guess Ghost is kind of cute with his little black guy makeup, but I'd never say that to his face.
Why not you? We grew up here. Call us los vaqueros. Cowboys.
How neat, as he's reflecting, his hometown's reflecting on his little face.
With your mask, you will fit in well if you go.
Oye, cálmala.
Soap in the background. Chachi, don't talk about it. That mask is like Elder Scrolls 6. They don't talk about that. Always a treat to see all these tactics beautifully animated and executed with accuracy. That classic Ghost with the white boy 7th Street gunner glasses. Our set pieces are much more subdued, just like in 2019, and it makes these kinds of moments feel bigger. Running down the mountain, turning to fight was a lot more exhilarating than it would have been had we previously been jumping snowmobiles.
Can we make that? Hasta la muerte, hermano.
Soap doesn't speak Spanish, so talk about a full send. For all he knows, Vargas could have said, "We will die," but quickly. God damn, this game is pretty. I remember a time when COD used to be lacking in their visuals, but now look at them leading the industry. Clearing houses to fighting down a mountain to climbing down a mountain, now fighting in the water. Modern Warfare 2 has no shortage of really fun and varied mission design that makes each shooting gallery much more engaging.
I had to bail your boys out. Luckily, they have friends in high places.
Haha, I get it.
Shadow 1, Bravo 07. We're marking with IR laser. Do you have a visual? Over.
Just more and more things that the military actually uses that we get to see in Modern Warfare. And now we know what it looks like for our eyes in the sky in the last game when we were painting targets.
Shadow 1, we've got targets at the greenhouse to our northwest. Roping now.
Ghost says this, and I know what he means, but I can't help but get angry thinking about my online card games.
All shadow targets civilians are in the area.
I didn't think the AC-130 missions could get any better, but now we've got so much extra detail that adds to the immersion. We've got the bullet travel time that wasn't very present on the 25mm previously, the sound design I mentioned previously, and even more tactics getting callouts and working with 1-for-1 on the ground. And Modern Warfare 2 brings in that feeling of helplessness one might feel when up in a gunship like this, which sounds very ironic, I know, but when you've got that kind of power in the air, knowing you have the ability to help but can't in certain situations, it can tear soldiers up. We've just got to listen to 141 clear this house and hope they can handle it.
Graves, we're clear. Drop that building now.
Oh, that power chip of hearing that go ahead and bring in hell.
Ramo, Sergeant, sit rep. Hassan is secure. Still a prick.
Thank you, Soap. If he wasn't, I'd be a bit worried.
And you are as mindless as your weapons of war.
Bravo 7-1, you are cleared hot to shut Hassan the hell up.
Was totally expecting some real orders. Love that even during these stressful times, they can have some fun.
You're the commander of a foreign terror organization.
I can say the same to you.
We've got some lip service to the themes of the previous games.
You will learn to respect me when your nation sees fire.
I hope these are prophetic words from Modern Warfare 3 that'll come out in... Wait, what? 6 years? Or maybe 4? I want no Russian now, goddammit!
But Laswell's right.
Without proof, we need to turn him loose, see where he leads us.
It's right here. You can't be serious.
More so than what defines a terrorist, the rules of engagement are more at the forefront of the story. What the military can and can't do, and how the men react to it.
Low wind, 200 meters. On me.
Haha! Call back to meeting Price in the first game.
Bravo, what do you have? Bravo, how copy?
Infinity Ward really drags it out as long as they can. Price is that old guy showing the FNG a classic hit of his life. Price has now filled the shoes of Mac. Live long enough to see yourself become the mentor, right?
Try to anticipate their paths.
I don't know if I can even count it as a win anymore. They've done this kind of stuff so many times since COD 4, bordering on uninspired and lazy. But I've got weak dumb brain and it's a callback, so I like it still. Reminds me of back in the day of the older CODs that at multiplayer having a ghillie suit actually mattered. You could actually hide in bushes and ambush players. Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2 OG were the best for this. AKA playing Michael Myers on the split screen with your boys, looking into the ground so they don't know where you are, only to have to push their stick and find you. Good times. Hey, we've got dialogue choices back. Not in like a choose your own adventure kind of way, but more like, what do you want to know as a player? And I hope the fuck you've been paying attention or else you're going to get soap killed. Just like in 2019, loving the ballistics we got to use. Makes me feel better about being a terrible shot IRL. Anything beyond 50 yards with my crossbow I can hit, but not where I'm supposed to.
Two's better than one, right, sir?
Negative. You need cover and I'm the best shot.
Well, that's not fair. You've got the power of Infinity Ward and AI on your side. The absolute scale of this level was not expected. To actually leg it all the way down to the compound. A rarity in a COD campaign. Man, I know I'm fried when I see this guy's gear and think PUBG before anything else.
This is definitely a cartel outpost.
What do you see?
Someone that grinded out those headshots and challenges. These boys wearing armor really added a level of difficulty to the campaign, and the armor really makes for a level later on to be as tense and scary as it is.
Hey, have a look at this. Submarine.
Oh, for the love of Washington, D.C., keep Price away from that.
These things take planning and preparation.
These things take violence and timing. I can do both.
I think at this point, everything that comes out of Price's mouth is just gold. Yo, Farrah's back.
List in the hood. Get Laswell back.
Gosh, I'm so in love with 141. They're all such bros, always fist bumping, and really flies in the face of what Shepard said.
War isn't about friends. It's about enemies.
Which may or may not be the biggest theme of this game. The second things go wrong, Nick comes in for the exfil, and then Farrah shows up with an army. They didn't arrive because it was their duty or order to, but out of respect and friendship they hold with Price, Gaz, and Laswell. Plus, putting everything on the line and bringing an army to AQ's home turf just to get one friend back. Something you never see Shepard do in a million years.
Share a common enemy!
And a friend in need.
See what I mean? You know what? I take back what I said about outlandish set pieces. Like I said, Modern Warfare 2 knows what it is and isn't scared to have fun with it. This was great. When they said take control of the vehicle, I definitely thought they just meant to stand, press square, and then drive a bit. Or that it would be just this one jump. After a moment seeing the health bar, I was like, oh, I'm going to have the Mario jump from car to car, and that's when this mission took the cake for me. Easily the most out of left field thing for a COD game to throw at us, and you either love it or you hate it, and I freaking love it.
You might have to ram through.
Crash it! Kill as many as you can.
Shock and awe.
Nice callback to Modern Warfare 2019.
Check rear. It's Farrah.
Gang's all here.
I'm still not over Alex. The gang is not all here. Laswell does not give a fuck.
Then we take it. I got enough shadows here to take over the whole damn country.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Just saying.
Kind of cringe throwing your weight around like that, and indicative of his bitch-ass nature being a traitor and all that later on.
Get one of us inside, find the boss, roll him up.
I'll do it.
Old Soap would have done it, and I've felt like it's a badass being a badass. This Soap feels like he's needing to prove himself with this choice.
Alejandro, how you doing?
Un vaquero inside.
God damn, how'd you do that?
Violently.
And I bet it took some timing, too.
You got a name, huh?
They call me Soap.
Quien verga se llama Jabón.
They didn't even say why.
Get the out of my elevator.
Too funny for absolutely no reason.
Sí, pero es solo para estar al 100.
How'd that one work out for you?
Las Armas is at war. You want to win?
Don't disobey.
And there's the difference between our good and bad guys. Soap and Ghost disobey and save the day. Did not mean for that to rhyme, and now it just sounds silly.
What about you? What proof do you have?
Revise mi bolsillo.
Yo, Alejandro was right. He did start learning Spanish.
Philip Graves. Phil Graves. Llenar tumbas.
Diego would be great at GamingWins. Ah, yes, a bottle. If Joel had taught me anything from The Last of Us, this is going to be our most useful tool.
You were the wild ones. Los vaqueros.
He's pissed, but still harbors some respect for it. I respect that.
I created a power vacuum, and I filled it.
A true entrepreneur there.
In exchange, you will let me go and get the out of las almas se me largan ya.
Even as her prisoner, this entire scene, she looked and felt like the real one in control. And through her posture and gumption, she knows it. Have I mentioned the amount of clearing we do in these modern Warfare games? It's real what these boys do more often than not, and keeps spice to what could be just another run-of-the-mill shootout.
Where are the controls?
On that damn ship.
Smart, smart. Something all drug dealers do, no? Separate between supplier and dealer, right? Right, that's a thing, right? I've seen Breaking Bad. Damn, is this cool. This feels like what Crew Expendable always was supposed to be. I was not even thinking about that for a second, and glad it did happen to me.
We can't disarm, then we detonate.
Roger that, actual.
Damn, the action animation work is so top-notch. Makes me long for a campaign of greater length and depth. People pay for single-player games, Activision. Anywho, Graves' reaction to the order is so real and what any of us would do. Doesn't let it out, though, to the general, and moves forward with the work.
Roger, what's the count?
1 minute.
Copy, on the move.
And it really was a minute. Well, actually about 55 seconds, but that's chill. Vargas still made it out alive.
Roger that, actual.
We're RTB, men.
God, I love the reactions to this. Just the enormity of the situation that they were just placed in, and are constantly being placed in, and expected to handle it all, day in and day out. Couldn't imagine, and is the reason I have so much respect for the men and women who do this sort of thing.
No. I don't take orders from you.
Didn't Valeria say that?
Mercs always be having some stick up their ass. Yo, check out Soap's reflection on the car.
I don't make threats. I make guarantees.
Don't care how much stats twirling that line is. It is so silly, and I love it.
I'm calling Shepard.
General Shepard sends his regards.
Oh no. Last time I heard something like that, there was red all over my wedding dress.
Finish this. Why the hell are we talking like this is some kind of negotiation? It's not.
Because they're still your friends to some degree, my man. Why people gotta put work over relationships? Badass slippery soap on a slope. In case you missed it, they're the bad guys. They kill civvies because they can. They're mercs. Their rules of engagement are totally different. Would have liked a more subtle portrayal about just controlling the cover-up among only the military while Shadow is still trying to do their best for everyone? Yeah. But at this point, I might be asking for a bit too much from a COD campaign, so just enjoy the solo mission and don't think too hard about it.
Where are you?
There's a church. I'm heading to it.
Might that be the church that's conveniently located right in front of us and possibly in the distance?
Tie off the blade with a rope and pry open a door.
This is more out of left field than freaking jumping from car to car in the middle of a war zone. I'll take it for the novelty of it being in a COD campaign, but please, no, let's not do this again.
People you know can hurt you the most.
Good advice, LT. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Oh, that's so freaking cute.
You see the caged dog?
Big geezer. If he barks, shoot him and repo quickly.
My God, Ghost, no, I thought I liked you.
You are stone cold, Simon.
Why has 2 legs and bleeds?
What?
Half a dog.
That's so dry, and this is my shit. You want me back, Ghost. This would be a cakewalk had Soap not been wounded. The slower reloads and hefty recoil makes this a bitch to fight through. I thought after getting a gun, I'd be square, but nope.
It's passionate down out here.
Speak English.
It's raining hard.
Then say so.
I love these two. I was a little iffy on the new actors coming in, but they won me over during this mission.
I'm in the coffee shop.
Get us a tea.
And breads.
Sean, can I get you anything while you're editing this video?
We'll probably get my TV license revoked for this, but I don't like tea, so no.
Like this moment right here, I'm fighting over my life, throwing the whole kitchen sink at him. Could not imagine this on Veteran. Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, they throw body armor on these skills. Actually, henchman. Thanks, Daredevil. And they only give us as much ammo as they do length of campaigns for COD on pickups, so needless to say, all. My man can vault. I respect that as I used to be way too into parkour.
Where are we? Alejandro's safe house.
Then the location just in case.
Why didn't he tell me?
It was need to know.
What if I needed to know?
Doesn't answer, just shh. Damn, the attention to detail at every corner. The knife even left a little mark on the wood.
How do we get him back? By breaking in. And that's why I love the Ghost.
The Ghost. Reminds me of the fun theory that Ghost is just a title and position passed between men to add some psych warfare to the enemy-inspired troops. The embassy missions walked in 2019, so this mission could run.
Shoot him.
No, got something else in mind.
Beautiful, son.
Fuck is LT such a badass.
We'll need to reach it.
No, Rudy. Knock.
Fuck is LT such a badass. And sometimes the simplest solution is the best.
Who is he?
A friend. I like him already.
Price, don't need to know shit. And he's coming in like Gandalf.
Shepard's intentions were good, but the shipments were illegal and off the books. He and Graves buried it.
I do like the reason we are at odds with Shepard in this version. Not out for some personal ego glory, just fuck up in a cover-up.
We are not 1-4-1 and Los Vaqueros on this. We're a team. Ghost team.
And they're ghost teams since Shepard tried to bury them. So glad they didn't show us Simon. And we finally got that OG Ghost mask back. Man, were they so close to greatness if they gave Ghost his sunglasses. Yo, a boss battle card game. Not often we get one of those.
How's Price?
Angry. Lost a good cigar in the crash.
Glad to know his priorities are straight. That smile. It all started with that damn smile.
Secure. We have a possible hit on the missile container. We're moving in now.
Solid copy. All Bravo, move.
Oh, I love the new Modern Warfare 2 theme. Not as iconic as the OG, but it's got this Blade Runner Shattered from Clone Wars Kevin Kiner vibe that I love so much.
Let's nail this bastard once and for all, son.
Don't know what's wrong with me, but I had to try. It brings me a silly amount of enjoyment that Infinity Ward waited till the last mission to have Soap and Price work together. Only could have been better if he had a cigar. Remember when I mentioned fun scenarios?
All stations' missile is hot. I say again, the missile is launching.
And it wasn't Price this time? I do love a nice loss though, perceived or otherwise.
That's the Pentagon.
He's going for Shepard.
Well, if that's the case, Beyblade that shit. Don't care about no realism. I enjoyed playing hide and seek with Hassan's men.
It's detonated.
Copy that. Air Force will confirm. Thank you, Sergeant.
Well, that's going to be the thing that gets his ass promoted. Start and end as Ghost. Bookends.
Officials are saying a power surge is to blame for an explosion over downtown Chicago last night, due to severe winds leaving thousands of residents in the dark.
Ah, see? This is the good kind of cover-up. Not even in public does this goober not wear a mask.
Makarov.
Oh, it's gonna get real. Or just be taking care of it in Spec Ops. But I'm gonna hope that it's in Modern Warfare 3. Never thought I'd see the day with all these men alive in the same room. Please, please, Modern Warfare 3. I want to see all this shit played out in its reimagined state. So the story here isn't anything to knock your socks off. Shocker, I know. And there's something to be said about following the similar plot beats of OG Modern Warfare 2. But even with doing so and having all the same characters back, Infinity Ward managed to make them feel fresh and new. I thought I liked Ghost before, but now I'm in love with his Reaper edgelord self. He's so out of place, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Soap is good. Being a sergeant, it makes sense he's not the slinging badass we know from OG Modern Warfare 2. You'll also notice that there isn't much Gaz and Price in this game, and that's obvious because they already had a game. Let's have the new boys come out to play. The new additions of Vargas and Rodolfo and all the characters involved in the Mexican side of things was vastly more entertaining than just another Russian. Was digging Valeria's energy and was floored the way she could go toe-to-toe with everyone in the cast. Speaking of everyone, the story really builds the camaraderie between them. That theme of friends and war really permeates throughout the story, and I mean, hell, I'm hoping we get our Avengers Assembled moment with TF 1 for 1, Los Vaqueros, Pharaoh's forces, and whomever the hell Laswell can scrape up. Oh, and throw Yuri, Griggs, and Sandman in there for good measure. I want everyone! Anyway, Modern Warfare 2 was good fun and was really carried by Soap and Ghost. So glad the marketing lived up to the hype, because if we had him be the face of this game just to be shot in the chest, I would have rioted. What do you think of Modern Warfare 2? Love it? Hate it? I'm enjoying the heck out of the multiplayer right now, and with it being the only COD for the next 2 years, I'm excited to really get to take my time with it. Remember, drive the speed limit, drink some water, and love one another. Pizza!